Well, good morning, everybody. We are coming to you from down in Greensboro, North Carolina, and got a day game today here. This is the second week of our road trip. Last week we were in Winston-Salem, so this week we're in the metropolis of Greensboro, which is really the Piedmont Triad, which is I guess High Point, Winston-Salem, and Greensboro. So what I'm going to do this morning here, we got a day game. I just dropped the guys off at the stadium, which is right around the corner. Take a little ride through downtown. It's only about a half mile. We're going to go by the Amtrak station. We're going to catch the northbound Crescent that is on the way from New Orleans to New York City. And it's coming in late today, so luckily it fits right in our schedule. I'm sure not in some other people's schedule. But we're going to go ahead and catch the Crescent. So a little something different. Get a little train action going in for today's activity. Otherwise, we've done the ballpark tour and all that, so try to do something a little different. So we're gonna ease our way down. I have been here on the train. I've never driven to it, so it looks pretty easy on the map. So let's go ahead and see how we fare going down North Elm Street, going through the heart of downtown. Again, Greensboro is about 240-something thousand people. It's a fairly large city as far as on size and population, but again, it just doesn't feel that way. Again, unlike going to Charlotte or Durham or Raleigh for North Carolina. But rush hour is a little bit busy this morning. We usually don't get out here for day games, so this morning 8 o'clock, 8:30, and a little bit of a fair amount of rush hour traffic, but it moved along pretty good. So right here it's about 9:15 in the morning as we roll through downtown. Again, not a lot of huge skyscrapers, some hotels, conference centers. Looks like the Cultural Arts Center over here. Wicked's going to be coming into town here. The ballpark is just over to our right down the street on Belmead. So this is kind of new territory for myself, really, in a way, going down to the Amtrak station, which the Amtrak station is right in the middle of a freight yard here in Greensboro. So there's a number of tracks that come through for freight, but they got one stop here for the Amtrak. And there's two trains that come through here. The Carolinian, which originates in Charlotte. It's one of my trains I love if I'm going to go up north. Drive up from Greenville and go up to Charlotte and get on the Carolinian and leave at 7 a.m. And we'll get you in New York City about maybe 9 p.m. It's a great ride. Or you can get on the Crescent. So those are the two trains that come through Greensboro. So it looks like we're right downtown here. Kind of going down, looking for Washington Avenue, Washington Street. So we're going in some uncharted waters for myself here, because I've always tend to really be at the sports facilities down here in Greensboro. The other big part of Greensboro is the Greensboro Coliseum. They host the ACC women's and oftentimes men's basketball tournament. I believe the ACC headquarters is here in Greensboro, ACC Hall of Fame, and the University of North Carolina, Greensboro is here also. I've been there a few times with baseball with North Carolina State. Greensboro Law School has gone back to 1878, where they had the first over 300 graduates become licensed lawyers right here in Greensboro. A little fun fact there. So I'm looking around myself here, being a little tourist, because I've never really been down this area. Somebody could have caught here when I just dropped the pictures off here. The Greensboro Fire Department, the hazmat unit, was doing a training session at the ballpark. real cool. I wanted to make sure they weren't in the way of me. I said, no, I don't want to be in the way of you guys. I'm cool. I'm out riding around a little bit, so you can do what y'all need to do. They said they'll be done by 11. So it's kind of interesting. I'd like to know what they're doing here for hazmat training. They had some of their big rigs there, rescue units, hazmat, etc. Alright, yeah, I think I can see the train station and recognize them here already. We're going to be here a little bit early because the Amtrak is due in about 10 a.m. It's only going to be here about 4 minutes, so got to be ready to go when she rolls in. Just park down here and walk up. I think it'll be our best bet. Not get too tangled in to the depot area, especially being my first time here. So here's the depot where Flixbus, Greyhound, Greensboro Transit, Amtrak. Okay, right here in front of us here. That's something I saw a number of years ago in Europe. For the buses to be recharged, they get under that canopy and get recharged up for the electric buses. All right. Well, America has expanded out, and never see a freight train coming through. All right. Well, we're gonna stop here a minute and go up here and get situated here before the Crescent gets in. We'll see you up here at the depot. Here we are at the depot. Let's take a little gander. Pretty flowers. Out in the waiting room, Greensboro Transit, and I'm sure in conjunction with Amtrak. Now we're going over to the Amtrak portion of the depot here. Skyline shot of Greensboro. Yep, a little nod to the past ownership before Amtrak's Southern Railway. Here's the outside of the station, which I've never seen. All right. Okay, so obviously the other terminal was for the bus, Greensboro Transit. Here we are for, well, I'll tell you, this is a little lot nicer in here than I saw coming through on the train. It definitely gives you a feel of the old time railroad when it was a Southern Railway. Huh. A little shock here. I've always come through here on the train, so you never get to see this. Pretty little painting here that shows the routes of the Southern Railway system back in the day. Here's where you kind of go over to the platforms of the trains. The doors are locked right now. So I'll give a quick check on the train system, see where the train's at, how far away. Definitely has a feel of going back to the mid-1900s, early 1900s. Southern Railway was the king of the road here. The station here was dedicated in 2005, redone, reconstructed, rehabilitation. We are in, heading up the escalator. About 5 minutes out for the Crescent. Catch its arrival. Thank you. You're welcome. Here's the view I've seen a number of times from the train. Now we get to see the train come in. Waiting on number 20, train number 20, the Crescent. Greensboro Transit Station. I always love the idea. It's a great idea where you combine the Amtrak train station with the bus terminal. It's just a smart thing. Get them all combined together, or get off the train, get on the bus, vice versa.
Attention, ladies and gentlemen, this is the second call for train 20, the Crescent, boarding on platform number 1. All ticket passengers should be through both sets of double doors in the rear, through the boarding tunnel to the very first platform. The escalators and the stairs are on your left side, and the elevators across the hall on your right side. Once you're up on the platform number 1, if you're in regular reserve coach, you'll be boarded at Lightful location 5.
And the train's rolling in. Number 20 northbound, the Crescent. Well, coming on a different track.
That's wrong.
Yeah. Here she comes. A week and a half, my wife and I will be on here, going to Roanoke. Here comes sleeper cars, or the Roomettes. Diner, and the Roomettes at the bottom. Here for a quick, about 5-minute stop. All aboard, all aboard. Northbound Crescent to New York City. All aboard. Getting ready to get on. See if we can get up toward the engine. Yeah. And she's off. At a 4-minute stop. Northbound Crescent, number 20. Liners, lunettes. And that's going to conclude our little visit here to Greensboro and the Amtrak station for the Crescent. Arrival and departure. All aboard. For those arriving, welcome to Greensboro. I'm going to head out, go through the terminal again. I think it has nice, neat old photos. Looks nice, cool down here. Looks like it'll be a presidential train. Definitely hear Teddy Roosevelt speaking to the people on the back of the train. There's Greensboro, way back in time. Had the overhead electric trolleys. And just like we were doing here, the military, waiting to get on. Southern Railway locomotive. Back in the day when trains carried a lot of freight, before airplanes. All right, well, that's going to do it here from the Greensboro Amtrak station, Greensboro, North Carolina. It's kind of a cool picture when we're outside taking a picture of how it looks. I guess it's got to be back in the 40s, early 50s maybe. I don't see a date on it. Loading that champagne up. All aboard. Station hours are 12 a.m. to 12 a.m. Little snack bar. Oh, yeah, pretty little size for a train station. You don't have this in every train station. Let's go pull my bus down and get electrified. That's how it looks.